Holly. I'm the Humane Education Supervisor at Animal Humane Society. We're going to take a tour today. Before we get started though, I want to let you know on a couple of things. For one, we've been around since 1878. That's a really long time. Today, our mission is to engage the hearts, hands, and minds of the community to help animals. And how do we do that? Well, let's find out today. So here we are, we call it downstairs, and here's where all the animals get ready to go up for adoption. So this is what we call our intake area. Animals might come in, they might be surrendered. Their families can't take care of them anymore. We also take in stray animals in this area as well. And another thing is we have all these wonderful foster families that take care of animals who might need a little extra help before they come back and then go up for adoption. So we actually have a kitten right now, or a young cat, who's coming in for her foster appointment. And we have Kristen, the vet tech, that's checking her in. So she is going to head back and get her vaccinations and her health checkup and go right back to her foster family. Hello, kitty. All right, now we're going to use an example here of Harold the Husky. So let's pretend that your baby brother got deathly allergic to the husky and you're so sad about it, but you have to bring Harold back to the shelter. And so what we're going to do is we'll follow Harold throughout the shelter and to see what his process is before he can go up for adoption. So we're going to head back and see what his exam would look like. All right, so here we are inside an exam room. And so Harold, our husky, would be brought in here by a veterinary technician. We call them vet techs for short. And they will check his physical exam to see how healthy he is. If he needs any help or he has a cold, they can make sure that he gets better. Also, they'll check to see what his personality is, and we'll get to that in a moment. So we have a bunch of tools here on the table, and these are all the things that Harold would need to have checked out, or the tools of the trade, to make sure that he is healthy. So this room kind of looks like a veterinary office, right? So it's very familiar to you. Same thing at your own private vet. So all these fun tools on the table, I'm going to explain for you. But before we do that, can you guess all of them? All right, so the next thing Harold is going to get is a personality test. And mostly it's to see what kind of things he likes. So does he like a ball? Does he really like to play with his ball, or is he just kind of meh about balls? Important information for that adopter to know in the future. Now the other fun test that we do involves the assess-a-hand. Very creepy, right? But a very important tool. And so how this works is, if Harold is in the room and he has a super yummy bowl of food that he's allowed to eat, and I try to take it away from him, what do you think he might do to my hand? He might gobble it up, right? He might bite it because he says, "This is my food. Why are you taking it away?" So I want to stay at a safe distance and pull the bowl away with the assess-a-hand. And so if he kind of growls over his food, well, then we want to know, we want to work with him to make sure that he's not possessive over his food. So if Harold is uncomfortable with having his food taken away, our behavior team will make sure he's more comfortable with that, and that they can also tell his future adopters how to continue to make sure that he's still comfortable in the home. So here we are in the exam room that our vet techs and veterinarians work in. So if Harold the Husky, for example, if he needed further tests, so you may have heard of the poop test. It's called a fecalizer. Sometimes worms and other things are found in their poop.
Ew.
So they'll put it on a slide and they'll put it through on the microscope there. And then we'll know if they needed any help or extra medications. The other thing our vet techs are super good at is being pet photographers. So when an animal comes in, they will get an awesome photograph of them. Not always easiest if you have had any experience taking pictures of your pet. It's not always easy. So our vet techs have to be excellent photographers. So when this kitty is ready to go up for adoption, it will go right on the website. So other people in the shelter that help hugely, and you might think that they have a really awesome job. Well, because they do. It's because they take care of the animals. They're called animal care technicians. And so they're going to be here to make sure that they're feeding the animals, that they're providing clean kennels for them. We've got lots of important toys to keep them busy, lots of laundry to do. And then we have Mark, an animal care technician here, who is walking Violet. And a very important part of his job is to give her love. Now, let's say that Harold the Husky has not been neutered yet. So do you remember what spaying and neutering means? So spay is for girls, and neutering is for boys. And neutering is so they can't help girls have babies, right? So we're here in the surgical suite, and we have a prep table over here, and we have Stephanie the vet tech. So she will be prepping these kittens so the veterinarian, today we have Dr. Shelley in there, can actually do the spay or neuter. And so we have a bunny that is currently being spayed or neutered right now. So I'll let you check it out. Do have to give you a warning if you're a little bit sensitive about blood or about icky stuff. I would pause watching right now. So here we are on the adoption floor, and Harold, if you remember, he's gotten everything he needs. So he's had his physical examination, he's healthy, ready to go, he's neutered, and now he's ready for adoption. Let's go check him out. Oh my gosh, Harold! Why are you so small for a husky? So if you were a family ready to take home a new family member, you could check out all the animals here at the shelter. Maybe you want to adopt a dog or a cat or some sort of critter. You could visit with any of those types of animals, but you have to check out and make sure the right one's for you. All right, so let's say we've visited with Violet the dog and we feel that she might be the one for us. We have to make sure we read all of her info before we want to visit with her. You're going to do that using a kennel card. So you'll see here, each kennel has a piece of paper on a clipboard, and it tells you all sorts of important information. Of course, her name, how old she is, if she's spayed or neutered, so we have that information there, how much she costs to adopt, and then the first couple of sentences under, "Hi, my name is Violet," tells you a little bit more information about maybe where she came from and a little bit about her personality. Now there's one thing that's very important to know if you were going to take home Violet. Can you see it on the kennel card? So we have chosen Harold. He is the perfect dog for us and our family. The next step would be to meet with an adoption services specialist and go over all his history and talk about, learn about the best way to take care of Harold. And all you have to do next is sign his paperwork and you can take him home.
Congratulations to Harold the Husky. He is now off to his new home.
One of the other really cool things that Animal Humane Society does is help out with cruelty investigations. So we have Agent Pudas here to tell us all about her job.
So at the Animal Humane Society, we have 3 humane agents. There's a north agent, a middle agent, and a south agent. I'm the middle agent that takes the middle chunk of the state. We enforce all of the animal welfare statutes from 343 to 347, and that covers things like hoarding and breeding and cruelty and abuse. So we get cases from people in the public, and we go out and we do investigations, and then we work with our local law enforcement for that area to determine whether or not those animals need to be removed. If they are removed, they come back here to our Golden Valley location. They get examined by a veterinarian and our veterinary services staff, and then from there we work with that local law enforcement to pursue charges so that these people go to jail for the cruelty that they cause on animals.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Agent Pudas, and what type of animals you have at home?
I started out as a veterinary technician working for the Animal Humane Society in Coon Rapids. From there, I went and worked with the City of Minneapolis as an animal control officer. And then I came into the Animal Humane Society as a humane investigations agent in 2018. I have 2 dogs. One is a purebred German Shepherd. The other one's a German Shepherd mix that came from here. I also have 3 exotic parrots, a blue gold macaw, a blue-fronted Amazon, and a Congo African gray. These are some of their feathers there. I also have about 25 chickens at home as well, and I currently have 10 baby chicks that are going to be added to that 25. So I will have 35 chickens, and they all live in a big happy coop in my backyard.
So now let's pretend that Harold's at home and his family is really interested in coming for training classes. And so we have a friend here. She is a trainer. Her name's Katie, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her and her job.
Yeah, thanks, Holly. So after Harold gets adopted, training can be a really great way of building the bond with his new family, getting to know him, setting up some ground rules, and just kind of setting them up for success. So that's what we do here. We're online now, so you can do it from the comfort of your home and have professional coaching.
Very cool. Will you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure, yeah. I've been training for about 10 years. I currently have a foster dog. His name is Brody. He's in Newfoundland. And I have a little boy named Henry.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thanks, Holly.
Our last stop on our tour is our Humane Education Department, and we have our educator here today to tell us all about it. Oh, hey there, it's me again. So I'm part of the Humane Education Department. So not only do we do all sorts of fun summer camps, we do things like rescue readers where you can come and read to the animals. We do Paint My Pet where you can paint your own animal as well, and all sorts of other fun things to help teach you all about animals and Animal Humane Society. Thanks for stopping by. Well, thanks so much for coming on our tour today, and I hope you enjoyed Harold's travel through the shelter. If you have any questions, please be sure to reach out, and we hope to see you soon.